morning, everyone. And at first, I want to say sorry for my lateness. And today, my informative speech topic is Michael Jackson and his famous albums. And I want to start my presentation with two questions. And the first one is, how many of you have never heard about Michael Jackson or any of his songs? Never. Okay. The second question is, are you still hearing his song, listening to his song, whether in your cell phones or computers or something like that? Really? Okay. And thank you. And I'm going to start my presentation. And this is my outline. And first I will give you a brief introduction of Michael Jackson for most of you have basic knowledge of him. And next I will tell you about his well-known albums and some of the songs, and I will give you a conclusion in the end. And let's talk about Michael Jackson at first. And Michael Jackson's full name is Michael Joseph Jackson, and he was born in 1955 and died in 2009. And he is the eighth child of the 10 children. And as you may know, one of his famous siblings is Janet Jackson, or LaToya Jackson, as you may know. And he was an American singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, and choreographer or something. He's very talented. And he's also named as King of Pop, and I will tell you why next. And before I started to talk about his music career, I will divide his career into 4 parts. And the first is the time in Jackson 5, and the 2 and 3rd phase is about his solo career. And he made a debut with his brothers as a member of the Jackson 5 in 1964, and he was the middle one. And the Jackson 5 were described as a cutting-edge example of white crossover artists and these children are very talented, and his family are maybe all working for the performing industry. And the Rolling Stone magazine described Michael as a prodigy with overwhelming musical gifts, writing that he quickly emerged as a main role and lead singer, and then he really started his solo career in 1971. And in his early solo career, I will introduce 2 of this album for you. And the first one is in 1982, The Thriller. And it is the best-selling album of all time in the United States, and as well as the whole world so far. And the other 2 famous songs in this album is Billie Jean and Beat It, and you must have heard it before. And in 1984, he released We Are the World, this single, and it is released for helping the famine in the United States and African children. And it became one of the best-selling singles in 1986. And this album won 4 Grammys. And this is the cover of The Thriller, and I cut a short part of this song, and you can listen to it. I just play this song for you to remember him. In his middle stage, I will introduce 2 albums, and the first one is in 1986. It's the album called Bad. It's a record that for the most number of Hot 100 singles from any album. And this album is very important because he won the nickname of King of Pop when he was awarded the Soul Train Heritage in 1989, and Elizabeth Taylor proclaimed him the true king of pop, rock, and soul. And another famous song in this album is Smooth Criminal. And in 1984, he released an album called Dangerous, and it was awarded the best-selling album of the year worldwide. And I song for you. Okay, and this is his late career. And when NYX become old is about 50, he released less and less albums. And in March 2009, he announced that he announced a series of comeback concerts to touch and entitled Visited. And he suggests possible retirement after this showcase, and this will be his final curtain show. And this show was planned to begin in July, but unfortunately he passed away in June in Los Angeles. And I'm going to talk about the conclusions. And this Michael Jackson in 2007 said this: "Music has been my outlet, my gift to all of the lovers in this world. Through it, my music, I know I will live forever." So in the presentation, I asked you how many of you still listen to this song, and I think the way we can remember him forever is to listen to his song forever. Thank you. Thank you for your listening.